Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce. My name is Zahra. I'm a postgraduate student in nursing from Lincoln University College, Malaysia. Today, I will share material about phenomenological study, the experience of peer counselor in the counseling program for people living with HIV. HIV remains a major globally public health issue, having claimed an estimated 42.3 million lives to date. Transmission is ongoing in all countries globally. In 2023, of all people living with HIV, 77% were receiving an antiretroviral therapy and 72% had suppressed viral loads. WHO and the Global Fund and units all have global HIV strategy that are aligned with the SDG target 3.3 of ending of the HIV epidemic by 2030. In 2023, an estimated 630,000 people died from HIV-related cases and estimate 1.3 million people acquired HIV. In Tangerang City, Banten Province, Indonesia, the prevalence of HIV/AIDS continued to rise, reflecting a broader trend observed across the region. According to recent data from the Banten Province Health Office, Tangerang City recorded 271 new cases of HIV in 2023, contributing to the overall 70,680 cases reported in Banten Province. What is HIV and peer counselor? HIV is human immunodeficiency virus. The main models of transmission in Indonesia include unprotected sexual intercourse, sharing contaminated needles, and mother-to-child transmission during pregnancy, childbirth, or breastfeeding. And peer counselor is refers to an individual who provides emotional, informational, and appraisal support to others who share similar experience or condition based on mutual understanding and empathy rather than professional traffic relation. Peer counselor can help people living with HIV by sharing their experience and knowledge. Peer support can help people accept their diagnosis, improve their well-being, and cope with challenges. Peer counselors are individuals who are often from the same age group or community as the adolescent they support. The volunteers may have life experience with HIV themselves or may be trained in HIV-related care. Peer support helps reduce stigma, build trust, and encourage open communication. Objective this study there is to explore and understand the meaning of the experience of peer counselors in carrying out their roles in counseling programs for people living with HIV. Although previous studies have examined the effectiveness of peer counseling in improving adherence and psychosocial outcomes among people living with HIV, very few studies have focused on the lived experience of the peer counselor themselves. Most exciting research highlights outcome for clients such as a reduced stigma or improved coping, but there is a limited understanding of how peers counsel previous experience and manage their own emotional and professional challenges. Furthermore, phenomenological research exploring peers counselor respective research, particularly in low and middle income countries such as Indonesia, where social, culture, and institutional factors influence the support dynamics. And then this gap underscores the need for in-depth qualitative study that explore the meaning, challenges, and transformative experience of peer counselor to inform training, policy, and program development. Peer counselor experience a deep emotional connection with clients living with HIV, fostering empathy and mutual understanding. Many counselors face emotional exhaustion and role conflict while balancing professional expectation and personal empathy. Through their counseling roles, peers counseling report personal growth, resilience, and sense of purpose. The study highlights the need for structured supervision, emotional support, and continuous training within HIV counseling programs. And then peer counseling enhances the overall psychosocial well-being of both counselor and people living HIV, but institutional support remains essential. The method this study, there is a qualitative phenomenological research design was chosen to obtain in-depth individual information according to their experience and disease condition. Participants were determined using profile sampling techniques, totally 29 people. The research was the main instrument in the study. And the interview technique were conducted using recording tools and semi-structured interview guides as well as field notes and data analyze use qualitative content analyze with the quality approach. Outcome the study, there's builds counseling motivation in the program for living with HIV, emotional experience by companions, the role and interaction of companions with people living with HIV, obstacle of being concerned, the program for people living with HIV, challenges faced by peer counselor, strategy coping, the impact of the role of companion on daily living people living with HIV, support during peer counselor, and then hopes for peer counselor. The finding the finding are based on small sample size, which is may not represent all peer counsel in different HIV programs. The subject nature of phenomenological research may limit generalizability to other contexts, and then participant response might be influenced by social desirability or recall bias during interview. And the study was conducted within a specific culture and institutional setting, limiting across context comparison. And then future research so include larger and more diverse participant groups to enhance validity and traceability. Below are some potential direction for future research and study expenses. There is the first is future study called explore long-term psychological and professional impact of peer counseling on counselors themselves. Comparative study can be conducted between peer counselor and professional counselor to evaluate role difference and outcomes. And the third, there is potential to design intervention-based programs that strengthen emotional resilience and burnout prevention among peer counselor. And then the fourth is further research may include diverse culture and geographical context, particularly in Southeast Asia. And the last is a mixed method study can be developed to quantify the effect of peer counseling on both counseling and people living with HIV. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon everyone.